Hey guys, Eric Cronover from Nerdy Geek Talk, source for all your nerdy geeky needs, here with episode 32 of Steel City Bots. Joining me tonight, we have, Jared. How are you?
Good. Could be better, but doing good.
It's good, it's good, it's better than bad. Miguel. How are you?
Doing pretty all right.
That's pretty alright. And Chris, how are you?
I'm doing pretty darn good, actually. Yep.
Soundjack, how are you? Not here.
Oh wait, I can fill in for Soundjacker.
Yeah, because our
I'm
viewers think you're
good.
the same person. That is not how he sounds. Tanner, last but least, how are you?
Oh yes. I'll tell you what. Next episode is going to be a really awesome episode for yours truly here.
We'll see. Something could go wrong. I'm just saying. But, anyways, it's been this week's a pretty darn good episode for me.
And me.
And me.
Yes, but before we get to that, first we have our history lesson for this week. Who wants to read it since Soundjack is not here?
All right, show notes. Gotta get those open.
Oh wow. Okay, I will read it. So, there was nothing good for the day of this recording, which is April 16th, or the next day, April 17th, that I found. So, April 18th, which is Wednesday of this week, in 2013, so 5 years ago, Hasbro put up the first of two online polls in the fan-built bot program that would eventually produce Windblade. That was 5 years ago.
Nice.
It's weird. Does that seem like a short amount of time to you guys, or does it seem like it's been longer? Or
I graduated in 2013, so the fact that it's already been 5 years is slightly mind-boggling. Yeah.
Well, wait, would that be before Thrilling 30 even? Didn't that start in 2014?
She came out in Thrilling 30, so yes, because they need like a year to produce it. So.
Wow, I remember when Thrilling 30 came out, and I'll tell you what, I was like, you know what, this is actually really good.
Yeah, that's what got me mainly. That's what got me into Generations, and then therefore the rest of Transformers. Transformers Prime got me hooked, but this is what got me down the path of being an insane collector.
One other small thing happening this week is Mutual will be turning 25 on the 20th. So, love you, honey. Happy early
old.
birthday. She's a quarter of a century.
Ha, that's ancient.
Yeah. Like 5 years more than me. That's ancient, yeah.
But yeah. Anyways.
Sorry.
So, what did we get this week? Jared, why don't you go? Actually, no. Let's have Chris go first, because Jared and I dominate this part.
Okay, I got a few things. I'll go chronological. I don't remember the exact day. It was last week. I got Cyber Battalion Sideswipe, and I got a Cogman. It was one step changer. One step changer, Cogman. But it's a Cogman, so woo! Finally. Then Saturday, I got that movie masterpiece. Studio Series Starscream, and Leader Class Grimlock.
I was gonna say we don't have a movie masterpiece, whatchamacallit, Starscream yet, but I bet we will before too long. But
yeah,
Well, technically we do.
Shut up! It doesn't count.
They followed the number sequence.
I know.
I don't know why.
And I hate that they did.
I found a papercraft version several years ago, but that's neither here nor there. I gotta say, these are both really amazing toys. Holy crap! Starscream is he is without a doubt a scale up of the Dark of the Moon Deluxe Starscream / Thundercracker they released. But
Also got a Skywarp, but it was Japan only. Like, what the heck?
Really? Oh. But anyway.
It looks really good, too.
It's not only is it that it has improvements, has an extra bits of armor for the underarms, and my personal favorite part, the shoulder sockets aren't ball sockets. They are actual hinged joints. I don't think that's the right word, actually, but with like screws in there, because I don't know if anyone else had this issue where the I can't talk. The wall of the socket would just get worn away over time, and the arms would just fall off. This does not have that. And then,
sorry, go ahead.
And then Grimlock. Oh my God, this guy is the size of a puppy, a small puppy, but a puppy, in alt mode. And oh my God, he's so pretty. He's got this like faded / corroded copper. Would detailing be the right word?
It's a wash, I think.
Wash. Okay, you would know more than me.
Or it might be brushed on. Yeah, I don't think it's actually a wash. It gives that effect, but it's brushed on. I'm almost sure, but
Okay.
Dry
Either
brushing
way,
or something.
when the light catches it just right, he's magnificent. And in alt mode, robot mode rather, he is a beast, a behemoth, and he just really is a great toy, and I love it. And then the last thing that I've gotten, and this one I actually found in a really cool store about 45 minutes away from me in Danville. I got, where'd he go? Where'd you go? Here you are. I got MP10 Nemesis Prime for $100.
with an alternate head sculpt.
No, I was about to say, this guy does not come with his alternate head, unfortunately. I did not know that at the time that he had that.
No, that is an alternate head. That's not the regular head.
I know, but there's supposed to be 2 heads that come with it, right?
I don't... Miguel.
From the picture you sent us, the one that you got seems to have one of 2 third-party heads that came in like a 2-pack.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that's
like,
not the official head.
Oh, okay. So it's not meant to come off then, technically.
I mean, it's probably like you unscrew it and you swap it out and whatever, you take it apart. So
yeah,
whoever sold it to the store you got it from didn't supply
the original head.
The original head or the other head in the third-party pack.
Okay, well, still, this mold is amazing, and I love it. And he's just really, his posability is amazing. The paint, the colors, all of it just stands out. Now that I have both of these, I can compare him to Power of the Primes Optimus, who I have as Ryan Pax right now for some reason, and I can definitely see where the inspirations came from.
Mm-hmm.
This toy really, really makes me even more excited for the leader class Nemesis that we're going to get from Power of the Primes too.
I'm so excited for that, and we actually have more on that later. But
yeah.
What's
Would anyone care to give me $83 for this?
One last thing is that the Matrix has some heft to it for its size. The what do you call it? You call it the Dead Matrix, right, Eric?
Yeah, I usually call it the Dead Matrix.
It's like, I think it's solid metal. It's got some serious heft to it because it's tiny. It's like maybe an inch long.
I don't have the Masterpiece Matrix right by me, but I want to say it's even less than an inch. But it is heavy.
Yeah,
it's die-cast. That's why.
I know, it's just so cool. And I will admit one thing I didn't like, and this could just because it probably hasn't been transformed in a long time, is when I tried transforming him. Oh my God, so many of the joints and pieces were so stiff, I was afraid I was going to break him. So
that's weird.
My guess is he probably just hasn't been transformed, if not ever, then maybe like once.
Oh, by the way, the thing that he said was $80-some was the Dark of the Moon Deluxe Takara Skywarp. For those of you who are wondering what the heck Tanner was talking about.
Looks really, really good.
Any Skywarp does. I mean, I'm not discounting you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying that literally any Skywarp always looks good because it's Skywarp. It's pretty hard to mess that up. And
so yeah, I put this guy in alt mode and then put him back, and ever since I've just had him in the, I had to do it to him pose. So yeah, all in all, it's a really great toy.
What's your favorite thing you got out of all those?
It's a hard tie between Grimlock and MP.
Gotcha.
Like, they're both great in their own ways.
And so Grimlock is your preferred Studio Series figure so far?
So far, yeah. I have a feeling when I get Blackout, that will probably change just because I am a sucker for Blackout. But, yeah.
Yeah, we'll We'll have to see where Studio Series goes too in terms of what else we get, because we know nothing about the leader classes, do we? Well, probably. We'll get to that though. Jared, what did you get this week?
Well, I'll just go down the line. First off, I got.
He got abandoned at Target. That's what he got.
Actually, he didn't. We didn't leave him at Target. We never drove away.
No,
What did we leave him at?
No, we did never drive away. You
Yeah.
wanted to every time, and I didn't drive away. What he's referring to is that I actually got to come home and hang out with them for a little bit. And every time Jared would like go to the bathroom or something, Tanner would run out to the car and want me to drive away without Jared, which I didn't.
And then we went to Sonic. So wait, what did you get at Sonic?
Ooh, Sonic.
What did he get at Sonic? Or what did I get?
Yeah.
Jared?
Actually, what did both of you get?
Jared got like a hamburger. I got a coconut cream pie milkshake. You got a coconut cream pie milkshake and a hot dog.
I just got a cheeseburger and a Coke and some fries.
So
And that's what you got this week. Okay, great stuff, guys.
Got a little bit more than that, Tanner. Just a little bit.
That was like the highlight of it.
was it though?
No, I think the highlight was
Think about it.
Eric
Okay,
driving
what's
full
better,
speed
your
over a
chicken
speed bump.
or a coconut cream pie milkshake?
Did he just say you drove? Okay, I did not hear that. Did he just say you drove full speed over a chicken?
Speed bump.
No, I don't know what you're talking
Okay.
about for that either. Like, I'm not even saying that because we're on a podcast. I do not know what
Oh
you're
yeah,
talking about when I
on the
said I drove.
highway, just chicken in the middle of the road and just.
There was no chickens harmed in the process of our hangout, and also no speed bumps were ran into. I actually don't remember what you're talking about.
When we were at Walgreens, on McKnight Road, whenever we were driving to
AKA the
Target.
largest pothole in the existence of potholes.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, yeah, I
before-
had to almost drive on the wrong side of the road to avoid my car basically falling into giant potholes.
In fact, it wasn't even a pothole because half the road was gone.
Yeah, it's not an understatement, actually. I kind of want to go take pictures next time we're there just to
Yeah,
prove
You want me
that-
to take pictures? I'll send them to you.
Yeah, you
I
should.
Take some
'Cause
pictures, cause I mean I'm kind of jaded when it comes to potholes, so I gotta see it to believe it.
it is awful. But, Jared, what did you get?
First off, I got Parallel Prime's Wave 2 Moon Racer, and she's a pretty nice figure. A lot of backpack, but she surprisingly can stand pretty well. Yeah, like the paint and whatnot. The transformation's nice, and yeah, she's a pretty cool figure. I sadly didn't get the actual Prime card that I wanted because I want to get all 12 primes, and I only got 2 more to go. So pretty much from now on, I'm probably gonna be getting like repeats of like prime cards that I already have.
Did you say you need Alchemist, and what's the other one you need?
Liege Maximo.
Oh, I might actually be able to help you out with Liege Maximo if you don't end up getting one by the end of the line, because I don't care that much. But
That's it. I'm going to eBay.
what else did you get? What did you get when we hung out? There was
When we hung out,
say there's 2 things you bought when we hung out.
yeah, I'll start on the lowest side of the spectrum. I got Cyber Battalion, Jetfire, and whenever I say low side of the spectrum, I don't mean like he's a bad figure. I mean he's a pretty good figure for the price, but like he's not necessarily like a real good figure. You know what I mean? Like
By
You wish he had-
comparison,
you wish he had knees.
yeah.
yeah, I've noticed the trend of the Cyber Battalions figures. They're all the half-knee prince. They're all half-knee princes.
Well, no, Jetfire does not have half knees.
No.
His knees do not move at all.
Oh my god!
Prowls
that's
and
even-
sideswipes do. His knees do not move at all.
Hey, I take
um,
back what I said.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, that was the first time I'd seen them in person. The Cyber Battalion figures. I didn't realize they were in like completely closed boxes. Like you cannot see the toy whatsoever. You can see pictures of the toy on the outside, but it is a total box. Like it's not a bubble where you can see the figure at all. So.
Yeah. other than Jetfire, the main thing I got from our little hangout is um, Studio Series Stinger, and he's a really nice figure. I'm really surprised about how good this figure actually is. Um, I really like his transformation a lot. Just like you literally just
His torso is a lot more transforming than almost any other figure you'll ever get.
yeah,
Like his torso is entirely made up of stuff that
yeah,
moves.
which makes sense because in the Age of Extinction movie, he didn't even really transform. He just disintegrated into like a liquid metal and then
Metal.
and reformed as his vehicle mode,
Mm-hmm.
Liquid metal.
which allowed him to eat as much as possible as far as movie design goes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, other than that, going off of what I didn't get while we were hanging out, what did I do first? I got first edition Transformers Prime Optimus Prime, the transparent version, and my God, this thing is beautiful. Like
It's a Ghost Prime.
Yeah, I got to
Yeah.
see that, and oh gosh, that's so pretty. I want one.
Oh, and I almost destroyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
you
al-
almost
he,
sat
I was gonna
on
say
it.
he almost
Oh.
sat on it.
I think he probably would have killed you if you'd done that, Tanner.
Yeah, you would have been the one left behind.
Tanner wouldn't exist anymore. He'd just be a red mist over Pittsburgh.
Wow.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
That helicopter you got.
What about my Norwegian helicopter?
That too.
Joke's on you. Can you speak Norwegian?
Nope.
Exactly.
All right. What's the other thing you got, Jared?
And the other thing I got is Studio Series Voyager Prime. And he's a really nice figure. I was actually surprised about it. At first, he wasn't one of the main figures I legit wanted, but since I saw him, this was like the first time I actually saw Studio Series stuff like out in the wild, pretty much like in Target. I didn't really want any of the deluxes at the time, so I'm like, mine.
Yeah. I gotta say, thank you for texting about them being in stores, Jared, because that's why I went out to Target on Saturday and got mine.
Welcome.
No, they were the last Voyager and Leader class there. So.
Say, and you got the only Voyager they had at that store because they didn't have a Starscream or an Optimus later whenever we went back, Jared. So yeah, you got the only one. What was your favorite? What's your favorite out of all of those? I bet I can guess it's between the two primes, isn't it, or is it not?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with Clear Prime as first place, but Studio Prime being a very close second.
That picture you sent me of him in the "You'll never stop at one" pose with the fist on the ground and the one sword, how he can do that pose perfectly. Yeah, exactly. He's holding it up right now. That's what totally just sold me on the figure. Like I need it now.
I can actually get him on the display base now with like how I like mixed up like where his
Legs are.
joints are, so he can legit stay on the actual display base
While doing that, that's
forest
neat.
background. It's awesome.
That's all you got though, right?
Right, I believe. If I missed something, oh well.
All right. So when we were together, I got actually first thing is Gypsy Avenger, from Pacific Rim Uprising. I found a bunch at Toys R Us, and when we were out hunting, that was the first thing I got, I think. And man, this is a really, really good figure, especially for $20. Man, it's a steal for that, and I really, really love it. So I'm really glad I got this. It makes me want to consider the rest of the line, but I mean, getting at least one more thanks to Zeus, but it's making me consider getting the rest, but I'm not sure because they're all more expensive, and I've heard they've had less stuff with them, like accessories and stuff. But We'll see. This figure is very, very good, though. So if you're going to get at least one, this would be the one to do so. But on to Transformers stuff. I got Planet X Charon, finally. This was part of a package that I ordered a while ago that I was super, super excited for, that I sent to my home address, not my college address, which I figured out the day before it was supposed to arrive, which was very, very disappointing. So I had to wait several weeks. But as I said, I went back and we hung out. So I did get to finally open that package, and their Charon is amazing. It's their Nemesis Fall of Cybertron Prime, and oh boy, is it good. It's very, very good. First time handling the mold, and I gotta say I really like it. The transformation is more complex than I expected, but I really liked it. I transformed it on my long bus ride home, along with the other stuff I got. But it was fun. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. And the quality of that figure is magnificent. But the other thing I got in that package, which I like even more, is Fans Hobby. Is it Red Dragon? I think, is that the
I
name
think
of
so.
it?
That sounds right.
It is there. It's a retool. It's like a repaint with a new head and new parts that they just give you. The mold overall is the same, with the exception of the head. They just give you more parts now, which has giant wings. And oh my god, first impression of this guy is he's so much bigger than I thought he was going to be. I really, really did not expect him to be so massive. He is the size of a leader class without his wings easily, probably a little bigger. He is diecast, but with his wings, he is massive. His wingspan is so impressive.
The size of this lad, absolute unit.
It is crazy. The wings are also pretty sharp, I've noticed. The tips, they're sharp. But what's alarming is he is diecast in his feet and shins, and his diecast his diecast feet are claws, so like you could actually bash someone's like head open with, like, this is the first toy I've bought, because it's not really a toy since it's third party, that you could seriously wound someone with this. It is sharp metal. I need it. And oh my gosh, it's glorious, but wow, this thing is dangerous. It is magnificent, though. I'm so happy to finally have this. This is one of the things I've been saying I've been wanting ever since it was first announced as a convention overseas a while ago that we talked about on the show. That was a while ago. So I've been really wanting this thing, and I finally got it. So that is awesome. Also, while we were hanging out, I managed to pick up Studio Series Grimlock, who is magnificent, as Chris was saying. I particularly love his head sculpt in robot mode. It's just so accurate and so gosh darn pretty. Oh my goodness. Every time I look at it, I'm like, wow, they really nailed it. I was saying this before we started the show, but it makes the previous attempts at movie Grimlock look like they are generations styled versions of movie Grimlock, if that makes sense. Like, they're all very simplified and like have less detailing and stuff, both in like the colors and stuff, but also the specific like molded detail. There's way more molded detail on this, especially the face. And gosh, I love this figure so much. I was so excited when I saw him announced, and I am really not disappointed whatsoever with him in hand. He is magnificent. Also, Studio Series, a friend of mine who's around Purdue, he's also a big Transformers fan. He picked some stuff up for me. So if you don't have friends local to you, I'd recommend trying to make friends with local collectors, because it can be beneficial whenever you tell them stuff you're looking for, and they tell you stuff they're looking for, because we both got stuff for each other. I got him some Marvel Legends, and he got me some Transformers, and it all worked out. So he got me Studio Series Stinger and Starscream. Starscream is also magnificent. I gotta say that I was thoroughly impressed with him when I opened him up and stuff, and I'm really excited for the Revenge of the Fallen repaint, which I know may sound weird because like you're just excited for a tattoo Starscream. It's a really good toy, and I cannot wait to get that Optimus and the Voyager Megatron in Wave 2, which hopefully will come soon because that looks so good, and have those together with, you know, either another Blackout or hopefully they do a Grindor. I mean, and it's weird that I say hopefully because you'd think that I'd want something more creative than just a like slightly different colored Blackout, but with that scene in Revenge of the Fallen being like my only part of that movie I like really love, and it's one of my favorite moments in all of the movie's history. That is certainly a moment I would love to have completely replicated. So this Starscream being very good is great, but movie 2 Starscream is more important to me for a display. But gotta say, this toy is very neat.
And because of sorry,
No, what were you gonna
because
say?
of yours truly, it will be possible for you to fully recreate that "I'll take you all" scene because of the fact that I can get him in the scene where he has his fist on the ground, sword in the air, and on his knees.
No, what I really need is some hooks and have them
Oh
on top
yeah.
of a grinder. But yeah, so man. All I gotta say is I love Studio Series, and I got as I said, Stinger, who is probably, this may sound weird, but he's one of the characters from the movies I've been wanting a figure of for the longest time, and I think he may be my least favorite Studio Series figure so far, and that's not a knock against him. It's just that Starscream, Grimlock, and then also Thundercracker are all so good that he's really good, but he's not quite as good as the rest. Now, whenever I get Bumblebee, Crowbar, Ratchet, I am sure I will like Stinger probably more than them. But like I said, Stinger's not bad. But as of right now, Stinger's my least favorite Studio Series figure, which is not a bad statement because I like Stinger a lot. His transformation's very cool. I like it a lot. It's very different, and also his alt mode, Pagani Huayra, is something that you don't really see in Transformers very often. So for that reason alone, I'd certainly recommend getting him. But yeah, that's all I got. I gotta say that I love Studio Series so much. I'm so happy to have Studio Series stuff. I mean, I've had Thundercracker, but that's not a new mold. New molds, oh my goodness, they're so good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for all I got this week.
Actually, you actually reminded me of something, Eric. With Studio Series Prime, the chest transformation. If you have any of the first edition TF Primes, you will recognize a lot because it's basically the same exact transformation.
Which is very
Like
interesting.
yeah, but not the rest of the. But it's different the whole way throughout the transformation. Like just the chest and arm transformation to actually form like the front bit of the truck. It's basically the same exact transformation, along with like flipping out the bumper and grill part. That's pretty much the same. Not 100% like 100% the same, but it's still pretty close. But like the rest of the transformation with like the legs and whatnot is completely different, which is surprising.
I mean, a lot of people have sort of equated that the top half of the figure is first edition Prime, and then the bottom half is Evasion.
Evasion mode Optimus Prime from
Evasion mode, Age of Extinction
I
Prime.
can see that. I
The
can definitely see that
the
with
bottom
the
of the legs
legs
is very
or the
similar.
feet.
But yeah, Miguel, did you get anything?
Not. I got some stuff like orders coming, like that went through for what was it? The upgrade set for Masterpiece Starsaber, giving him the longer blade and the better ratchet joints. Beyond that, I haven't gotten anything in. I might have something shipped to me though, just to kind of get stuff moving.
He just got stuff on the way, and then Soundjack got death because he's not here. I'm just kidding. He's not dead, but he's not here. He's busy working. And Tanner got nothing this week because what would a week on the show be without Tanner not getting something? But anyways, moving on into news. First bit of news is actually very, very cool if you haven't seen it. It is a tour of Tyrese Gibson's Georgia estate. And the reason it pertains to Transformers is because he shows off that he has a giant Bumblebee and Optimus Prime statue, both in this awesome mansion of his. And oh my goodness, I would recommend watching. Which, if you aren't aware, he is in the movies. He plays. Is his name Epps in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Epps. But oh my goodness, if you haven't watched this video, it's pretty short. It's just a couple. It's like just a couple minutes. Oh yeah, I just started playing actually. It's 3 minutes. I was just seeing. And he's a cool dude, but his house is pretty darn nice, and those Transformer statues are cool. So if you haven't, definitely go check that out. It's a neat watch. But speaking of movie Bumblebee, we potentially have some news on casting, possibly doing voiceovers for the Bumblebee movie, is the comedian Martin Short, which is interesting. It says the report is from Press of Atlantic City, saying he's doing voiceovers for the upcoming Transformers theatrical release, Bumblebee the movie. So that was actually said a while ago, like December last year, but it's just now coming out apparently. Like people are just not hearing it, but I don't know. I'm curious to see how they're gonna incorporate a comedian into voiceover for the Bumblebee movie. What kind of a character would he play? I don't know. I just find that interesting. I mean, you know what I'm thinking? I'm just saying. There's a nice red car. And you know what? Nice red car is a pretty funny character.
Knockout.
Yeah, I was gonna say Knockout. Knockout certainly fits that bill. So yeah, I'm hoping. I kind of doubt it, but I'm hoping. But yeah. But speaking of voice actors, we have another voice actor for the upcoming show Transformers Cyberverse confirmed, and this is the voice to the Decepticons Slipstream, which is very interesting because prior to this, I don't think it had been confirmed that Slipstream would be on the show. We have had other female Decepticons confirmed for the show, but I don't think she was. But it is revealed to be Leanne Marie Dobbs is who will be voicing Slipstream for the show. So that's pretty cool. So Soundjack was saying that she's leader of the Seekers, but I'm not seeing that in the article I'm reading, but I don't know.
One of the report I've read it that it's been reported that wherever it was first reported that she was voicing Slipstream. Slipstream is the leader of the Seekers.
Huh. So that is very interesting. I'm curious because I haven't seen that anywhere else, but I would assume that if that's been reported, somewhere officially, that has some weight to it. But I do find it interesting since we know Starscream's in the show, so Starscream has a boss other than Megatron. That's interesting.
Girl
So,
power.
yeah. So we'll have to see how that is. I'm just curious to see how that works out. I'm all for it. I'm all for Starscream getting bossed around.
Yep. And having not one but two bots kick the slag out of him for trying to betray them.
Yes.
But speaking of Cyberverse stuff, we have our first pictures. Well, actually, I don't know if these are first, but packaging, like official packaged images of the. Is it Ultra? Let me see. It's Ultra and Ultimate class figures, which are Optimus Prime, Megatron, Bumblebee, Starscream, and Grimlock. To clarify, Optimus Prime and Megatron are the Ultimate class, and Starscream, Grimlock, and Bumblebee are the Ultra. Yeah, I was gonna say Ultimate are the bigger ones. Yes, so if you aren't aware, those go for $30 for the Ultimate, which is the biggest size class for this toy line, And the Ultras are they 20? I don't remember. I think they're 20. I cannot remember for sure though, but I know that everything is $30 or cheaper in this line, which I gotta say I really do approve of. I really do like that. But seeing these figures in package, I'm strongly considering Megatron and Optimus. It depends how big they are. Also, I just realized that Optimus comes with most of the cab of the truck separated from him in the package. So that's certainly interesting. I did
Really?
not. Yeah, it's like I'm guessing. I think
Oh
it goes on
yeah.
his back. So I'm guessing they had to separate it for him to fit in the packaging, sort of like Titans Return, Skull Cruncher and Croc, how they had the crocodile head removed and just on the side of the packaging. I'm guessing it's sort of like that. So yeah, that's
Hey, Eric, check
interesting.
out that thing I just sent you on Twitter.
All right. But anyways, the next thing we have on our list is so I said good deals on these figures being cheaper, which I certainly like. That there's an amazing deal going on at Ollie's right now, at least at one so far, where you can pick up Titans Return Trypticon. Now, if you want to wear Titan class from Titans Return Fortress Maximus, was available at Ollie's afterwards, some Ollie's, for $40, which is a pretty darn good deal for an $150 toy. But this is $12.99 for Trypticon, who is a much better toy than Fortress Maximus to begin with. So $13, that is less than 1/10 of what his retail price was. So if you find one, buy it, because that's an awesome deal. Don't scalp it. Just buy it for your own enjoyment, or buy it for Tanner, because Tanner really wants one. But,
Yes. By the way, gentlemen, I am back. That was confirmation on next week's "What Did You Get" segment.
you'll have to tune in next week to see what he's talking about.
Oh man, it's great.
I know
Oh
what he's
man, you
talking
guys
about.
are gonna love it.
But yes, so if you find a Trypticon for $13,
Oh yeah, send it my way.
or I was gonna say, so get one for your fellow collector or something. But if you're gonna do that, if you aren't gonna do that, instead of scalping it, what you should do is buy it and then donate it for
I will pay you double.
No, I'm saying that to help collectors out. But if you're not gonna help collectors out, instead of scalping it, what you should do is donate it for like Toys for Tots or something later.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a really cheap price. That's certainly affordable, and that is certain to make some
You
kids'
will
Christmas
make a
special,
child
so,
happy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
For sure, consider that if you find any. But next up, because Soundjack really wanted us to mention this, and I agree, this is certainly worth discussing, is, what's it called? So, MDEC is making, this is their first debut in unofficial third-party Transformers merchandise, I guess, it's called Ion Blaster Commander. This is not
this
a
is
robot.
so cool.
This is not a robot. This is not an accessory for a robot. This is not in real life. This is an
It's an accessory for you.
Yeah, for a human. It is a human scale G1 Optimus Prime blaster. And I did not realize this before Lily right now. It has lights.
Yeah.
I saw that it looked cool, but I did not realize that it has different colored lights too. There's several whitish, bluish lights throughout it, but then it also has a orange light for the cartridge, which is pretty darn cool. But yes, this is human scale.
Eric,
And it also has
did
sounds as
you get a
well.
retail on that?
I don't. Is there a price on this yet? I don't think so. I don't think it's up for pre-order, so I don't think we have a price. But it is. The overall dimensions are right now 39 inches long, 5 inches wide, and 13 inches tall.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big gun.
We don't know the weight, because it's pretty darn big and it has electronics, and also we don't know the price, which
Oh, imagine if it was.
it's gonna be expensive, especially if it has whatchamacallit.
That'd be a
Imagine
lot
if-
of metal.
I know.
Oh, it is not metal. There's no way it's metal.
I know, but that would be so cool.
No, it wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to do much with it if it was metal.
It's like we
it's
find out that
massive.
it's like we find out that it's the same exact price as that Unicron lamp.
I wouldn't be so
It better not
surprised.
be company that makes this.
Well, I mean, the Unicron lamp has a lot more detailing, paintwork, and stuff on it, but this is bigger and has lights and sounds. So I don't know, but
Hey,
the
if I
Unicron
get
lamp
my
also has lights.
if
It's a
if
lamp.
I actually get into what I want to do after I graduate in a month and or less than a month, if I actually get into what I want to do, I might be making the money to actually be able to afford something like that Unicron lamp. So
wow,
yeah.
why don't you brag a little bit more? So I guess you might be getting this blaster, or is this not
probably
nice? Say so if that's caught your interest, that's man, that would be cool. But unless this thing is affordable for me, there's no way I'm gonna get it. It looks amazing. So like I said, if I can afford it, for sure I will get it. But yeah, I don't know.
If anyone has a
Also-
retail on this, tweet it at us, please.
Yeah,
There is none yet. Like that. Like that's not like we haven't found it. It literally
Well, as
has
soon
not,
as anyone finds
that hasn't
one.
been decided. But I'm curious. Do you think they'll have an orange cap accessory?
It better not.
I don't know. I'm just curious, but I just think that'd be funny. But anyways, speaking of primes, so Power of the Primes, Leader Class, Nemesis Prime. Now, if you remember a series of leaks that had purple marker all over them, the purple marker guy is back. This isn't the only thing that he has, but he scratched out all the Nemesis Prime pictures, which is odd because we already had him revealed, actually officially. We figured out that the source he came from was an official Russian source, which is interesting, but yeah. Either way, you can't see Nemesis Prime, but what you can see is the fact that he comes with, well, you can see his matrix, which is called is it the Decepticon Matrix of Leadership?
Ooh.
I think it's called the Decepticon Matrix. Also, something very interesting is that the whatchamacallit, the description on the back says something about Nemesis Prime being the evil clone of Optimus Prime, and that he is the doomsday black hole, I think, of the universe. It's really, really hard to read it, but it says that he has like basically all the intelligence and strength and stuff as Optimus Prime, the Autobot leader, but he has no remorse, so he's driven to eliminate everything in his path. But the cool thing about this picture is not the description or even the Matrix, although the Matrix is pretty cool. It's purple with a purplish red center. It's the fact that we get to see some of his weapons make Decepticon Giza, which is Miguel. Which arms micron?
It's the arms micron for Nemesis Prime. He turned into I think he was a shark that turned into one of Prime's swords. So they named it and somewhat based it off of that arms micron, but now he turns into a bird. But then the sword looks like one of Prime's swords. So that I noticed when this first showed up. So that was interesting. And what did you say the Matrix was called?
It says it's actually on here. It says it's the Dark Matrix of Leadership.
Oh, I saw it reported somewhere that it said Decepticon. Yeah, this is Dark Matrix of Leadership.
Yeah,
not Decepticon.
Always
Edgy.
go primary sources. Although I love that this stupid person has gone off with this purple crayon again.
I don't understand why, but yeah. So again, not the last thing you'll see of his that he did, because the next thing we have which I believe is from the same user, although it's not purple. It's black in the top that's blocking something. But we get packaging art of Power of the Prime's Rekgar. Now, the top right corner is blocked out with some kind of black marker, and we are pretty sure that is because it is withholding the information of what Prime Master he will come with. So, yeah,
Prime Master Weird Al.
That's the guess. No, because we still need
awesome.
3 more primes, right? It's 3 more that we need. Prime Masters. So we got 3 in the first wave, 2 in the second wave. There's 2 more in the third wave, which that gets us to 7, right?
Yeah.
Then
we got the one coming with Trypticon.
I thought there was another we knew about. No, there's 3 in the third wave. There's not 2. There's 3, isn't there?
Yes, I think that's correct.
Bombburst, Octopunch, and Bludgeon. Yeah.
Yes, so there's 3. So that's 9. We still need 3 more of the 12 primes. So,
are you saying that Weird Al is not a prime?
Correct. But it appears that at least that's what the guess would be as to why the top corner is blacked out, is that he comes with a Prime Master, and that is withholding which Prime Master. Now, it's also possible that with the rumors we've seen of Blastoff coming out, that he comes with a clear plastic version of Megatronus, who we're already getting. So it's possible that Rekgar could come with a clear plastic or die-cast version of, or maybe is it die-cast that the Megatronus is with Blastoff? I can't remember. Is it die-cast or clear plastic? Does anyone know? I can't remember.
Me neither. I don't know.
I don't know if it's known or that might have just been a guess. I don't know if it's definitively known. But either way, I know that it's rumored right now that he comes with a special version of Megatronus. It's possible that Rekgar could come with a special edition of someone we've already gotten, or it's possible he could have one of the 3 that are remaining. We don't know as of yet, but this is a sign that it's at least some Prime Master coming with him. And I gotta say, the artwork overall, though, that we're seeing, I really like it. Also, this is a what was I gonna say? Actually, never mind. I totally just forgot. But anyways, I really do like the art. This is a repaint of the Combiner Wars Groove mold, and I gotta say, at least judging from the art, I really like the look of this design. Like, it actually works pretty well for me, at least. I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually looking forward to this toy. We're thinking this is a Walgreens exclusive, right?
That's sort of like, that's been the trend since in the Walgreens computers exclusive Rekgar showed up.
It's been in there. I was gonna say it's been in there for years, but
right.
Has been
so
there,
like that's that, and but it like just with the based off the track record of exclusives showing up at Walgreens, it wouldn't be too surprising. I'd be more surprised if like Nemesis Prime showed up at Walgreens.
Very, yeah. I was gonna say a deluxe is not surprising for Walgreens. It wouldn't be the first one either, but yeah. So I am looking forward to this. I'm also curious when this will come out.
Same.
I'm really curious when this will come out. I'm curious if this will be part of, if they're gonna do May Mayhem, if Blastoff is gonna be part of May Mayhem, if they're even gonna do May Mayhem, who knows? Anyway,
or if it'll be like the botched, what was it, Groove? Like, was supposed to come out in May, kind of came out in May, and then the rest of them came out in like September.
Yes, Groove was May Mayhem one year. They just utterly failed because of some production error, so they only had like a few copies that were sellable, and so they sold through like that, and then yeah, they didn't have another batch until September, which is really scary for everyone who didn't know that. It was just like, are we gonna get a Groove ever? Please, maybe. But yeah. And then, last but not least, speaking of Power of the Primes deluxes, we have in-hand images because of Wave 3, the Terracons, the deluxes, because they have hit retail in New Zealand. That's right. The third wave of Power of the Primes, the last full wave of the toy line for this year, has hit stores in the 4th month of the year, the first third of the year. So,
New Zealand, the planet's bonus track.
It is interesting. I'm curious how early the Fall of Cybertron figures will be coming out next year. I'm certain that they will
That
be
was a
revealed
reference
at
to RCR, by the way.
cool. Anyways, they'll be revealed. I'm certain the Fall of Cybertron figures will be revealed by San Diego Comic-Con, no later. Is there any event beforehand? I don't think so. I think that's our next... Is that our next toy show? Real?
That unless there's something overseas, like in like Singapore or some other like Asian major convention,
That's
I
our
would
next big one.
expect that we would see stuff.
Yeah, so I am certain we'll
at,
see something, especially considering Power of the Primes, our first look was at San Diego Comic-Con. So that would make sense if this is essentially a year later worth of toys. I'm curious when those will start showing up if we're already on the third wave of Power of the Primes showing up. Because
Ideally, they'll show up early. Realistically, we're probably going to get a major drought at some point.
I think we are going to have a major drought, but I think it's not like I don't think we're going to have to wait till 2019. I think we're probably going to have to wait till
the Bumblebee movie Studio Series wave or waves, depending, might tide us over. Since we have the
Studio Series is indefinite as of right now, so we will have Studio Series
right,
continuing throughout the year.
I just mean that like Studio Series will at the very least help bridge the gap because last year Titans Return kept going, but then the last night just kind of stopped after Wave 2.
But
hopefully Studio Series does better.
Yeah. I mean, it seems to be doing better so far in terms of reception and also just literally selling. I was going to say, it's selling its, first several cases so far, most places that I've seen reported and stuff. So hopefully Studio Series continues to do well, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm curious how early Fall Cybertron will show up. I'm hoping it'll show up. I mean, Power of the Primes, when were the first real sightings? Were they before? They were before December, weren't they? They were November?
They were on Black Friday.
Yeah, I was going to say, they were November, and I managed to snag the deluxes in November. So it's very possible that Fall of Cybertron will be out. I would say at the latest, it'll be out same time Power of the Primes was out last year.
Yeah.
So
maybe earlier, knowing the rate that they're going right now.
So the rate they're going right now, it's possible. I kind of doubt it'll be much earlier, but I don't know. Either way, I do find it interesting that Wave 3 is already starting to hit some places around the world. Meanwhile, I still haven't finished Wave 2, but...
Me too.
Yeah. Have any of us finished Wave 2? I don't think so.
No.
I need the deluxes and the, some more of the remaining deluxes. All I got is, Ripper Snapper.
And Moonracer.
Yeah.
I
just need the Dinobot.
I need to ship them. I need to ship them to me, but I purchased all of them.
Oh, nice. Even the Prime Masters?
Yep.
Nice.
That was the first thing that Big Bad Toy Store got in.
Oh, I need the Prime Masters, Elita 1, and then every deluxe except Ripper Snapper.
Other than the deluxes, I still need the Legends and the Leaders. Other than that, I'm done. And
you still need the Legends class figures?
Yeah, I get paid this Friday, so probably gonna be going on BBTS and getting just the entire Wave 2 Legends right then and there because they got them in stock still.
I might be able to help you. That's the one thing that the stores around here have a ton of. So if you don't mind waiting till I get back in less than 3 weeks, I can get you those without you having to pay for shipping. But anyways,
talk about that later.
I was gonna say we'll talk about that later. But Jared, pretty pre-orders. Speaking of spending money, what is our pretty pre-order of the week?
Planet X, P17, or PX17, PX18, and PX19, which is Planet X. For those who don't know, they're a third-party company who is notorious for making War for Cybertron / Fall of Cybertron figures and like Voyager class sized. And
well, they're not just Voyager class scale because their first one wasn't. Their first one was Omega Supreme, and they've done Trypticon since then. So, but yeah, in general, they tend to be Voyager sized.
Yeah. And what this is this is their take on follow Cybertron Insecticons, which would be Kickback, Bombshell, and Shrapnel.
Yes.
And they all look really nice, and
Yeah.
they're only 109 or 120. That's not including shipping.
That
Which
makes me
does
wonder
seem,
what size they are. I don't know
Me
what
t-
size they are.
my guess is they're like either slightly bigger than Deluxes or slightly smaller than Voyagers.
Yeah, I don't know yeah, that's what I'm wondering because all their other figures are like around $100, maybe I guess they're a little more I think,
Yeah.
for about a Voyager sized figure. So going down to even a deluxe size figure, just going down to $40 a piece, that is a significant drop in price. So I don't know. I'm curious. I really want to see these next to something other than themselves. But overall, I gotta say, I really, really like the look of these. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty dead set on getting them now, though, because 120 for the set of 3, that sure ain't bad. And the
Yeah.
Fall of Cybertron Insecticons are something that I've really liked the designs of, especially Kickback, who is the only one that actually got a Generations toy. So we do have a
Mhm.
Generations Deluxe Fall of Cybertron style Kickback, but not the other two. They have gotten no toys. So yeah, I have no idea what size these are, but I actually want them. Does anyone else have any interest in these?
Yep. I got their Prime and Megatron, which are very nice. And Eric, you now have some experience with their Prime molds, so
I'm very confident in them. I was gonna say I've been looking at their stuff for a while. I've never actually bought anything yet, but after buying their uh, Nemesis Prime, I can very much vouch for their quality, and I want their Magnus. I just need to order it once I'm able to do so, and I really want this because this will go with the Grimlock that they have, which
Mhm.
from what I've seen looks really good. I've wanted the Grimlock, which they have a
And
couple. They have like the regular, and then there's also a metallic version I think that came out or is either coming out. I could be wrong on that, but the one I really
I
want,
think you're right.
it's called the Hephaestus version of the mold, I believe. It is based on the Fire Blast version of the mold from Takara Tomy, which was a red and black with green like lighting slash accents on the
I
mold,
remember that.
and it
I
looks
remember seeing.
so cool. And then Planet X did a version of their mold with that color, so that is the version I want of their Grimlock. But the reason I say that about their Grimlock is, if you have their Grimlock, these are going to be great companion pieces for that because they, if you haven't played the game, they sure go together. Uh, like the Insecticons and Grimlock and Shockwave, which Planet X hasn't done. So if I had to guess what their next figure will be, I would guess either Shockwave or Soundwave.
Pro Soundwave.
Since they've done both. They've done Megatron.
Yeah, they're both great.
They've done Megatron, Grimlock, Optimus, Perceptor, Starscream, and the Seekers. We're not counting. I was gonna say I'm not counting repaints because otherwise it'd count Magnus and Nemesis.
And then the rest of the Dinobots
So
include.
they've done all the Dinobots,
Paddle.
yeah, including Paddles.
Yeah.
And also Trypticon and Omega Supreme.
And that blue Omega Supreme.
Yeah, the Sentinel or whatever. I think that's all they've done.
Can we please get a Jazz in the future? Thank you.
Actually, yeah, that would be another solid one. So I'm trying to think of ones they have left.
And a Sideswipe with it.
So like Jazz, Sideswipe are the only main characters I'm thinking of, along with Shockwave and Soundwave, that they really need to do. Although they've done Ultra Magnus, so they've proven that they've done characters that aren't major. So I would be interested if they do a. Was he called Zeta or Sentinel Prime in War for Cybertron?
Zeta.
Zeta? Okay, gotcha.
Oh, wait, also, can we get a Cliff Jumper?
Oh yeah, they haven't done a bee. They haven't done a Bumblebee
No.
or a Cliff Jumper, which Cliff Jumper in that game series is just Bumblebee with a different head. With like the
Cliff
Prime
Jumper,
head.
aka Mirage.
Oh, because he can turn invisible. I was gonna say, like, why do you say that? But yeah. So that's it. I find it very weird that they did Perceptor before they did Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, Shockwave, Soundwave. Like I don't know. I just find it odd that is how they've gone. But all I could say is I really like their stuff, so I'm very curious where they go next, and they certainly have my interest. I'm going to try to go back and get some more of their figures now because of how much I love their Prime. But certainly going forward, they've always had my interest, but now they have probably my money from now on too. So there's that.
Also, if they do a Soundwave, could we also get a blaster?
Ooh.
Was he even in the game?
I don't think so, but
I would say I know
and
they did.
We also got a
of it.
sound blaster, so could we get both of those?
I would not be. You'll get it if they. Well, I say if they're. I'm sure they'll do a sound wave. So when they do a sound wave, you will get a sound blaster. I'm sure of. I'm curious whether or not they'll do a blaster. I would guess they've done a lot of repaint so far. Like they've done the majority. Like they did the 3 main seekers. And are they releasing the Rainmakers as well?
Like Acid Storm and Sunstorm.
Yeah.
They are
doing
them.
Storm and Sunstorm. Yeah, so repaints we're getting plenty of, which isn't a bad thing. Like I like all the stuff they've done so far. So I would not be surprised. I'm certain you'll get a Sound Blaster. I don't know if you'll get a blaster or not. Although if they did a blaster, I would sure take a twin cast. That'd be a stretch. Because it's already kind of a stretch, I think, for them to do a blaster. But a twin cast, I would sure take in a Fall of Cybertron design. But, anyways, Chris, what is our question of the week?
Let's see here. Our question of the week is from Stephen Eidher. And the question is, what are some of the most unique robot designs from the Michael Bay movie bot lines?
Oh, geez, here we go.
So, I'm not sure whether he means toys or like movie toys as well, or just the movies. If we're going by just the movies, I'd certainly name Crosshairs as one, just because of the whole cape. I'm trying because he said it's most unique, not necessarily your favorite. Although Crosshairs is one of my favorite. The whole trench coat thing, that's pretty darn unique. Any others you could think of?
I mean, Devastator was pretty damn unique looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. I'm trying to see.
I'd have to say that in Revenge of the Fallen, remember, okay, so Soundwave sent Ravage down to Earth, and then Ravage ejected that...
Reedman, yeah.
Reedman.
Yeah.
Wait, what's his name?
Reedman.
Reed.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
R-E-E-D.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
And while I'm on Revenge of the Fallen, also Scalpel.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, so this isn't necessarily a unique one, but one that I'm thinking of that I would love for Studio Series, that's a movie bot design, is a Soundwave. Specifically, I prefer the Dark of the Moon. I like the Revenge of the Fallen a lot, but Dark of the Moon is a design
We didn't even see Soundwave in his robot mode in Revenge of the Fallen, dude.
I mean, we get to see him, like, his head and stuff, and also there's concept art that shows his body.
And we see it in the comics, I believe.
And comics, so you know what his robot mode looks like.
Yeah, but we didn't see it in the actual...
Not nearly as cool as Dark of the Moon's, in my opinion.
I mean, Revenge of the Fallen Soundwave, in the movie, he was just a satellite flying in space. All he did was eject Ravage, spoke like 2 lines, and they forgot to put the voice filter on Frank Welker.
Oh, I would say that Grimlock is also a pretty unique one, with like the giant dinosaur shoulder pads. I think that counts as unique. I think he's pretty cool. But I was just, oh crap, I was just thinking of another one. Galvatron's another one because of the giant hole in his chest, which I like that he can destroy things with it. Darn. Oh! Haha. Shockwave's pet.
I was about to say that.
Driller, yeah.
Yeah, the driller. Which...
I'd say a Demolishor from the beginning of Revenge of the Fallen.
Oh, yeah.
Is a pretty unique one with the fact that just the 2 giant wheels and then the arms, and that's pretty much his body.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Also,
speaking of Revenge of the Fallen, the Pretender.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You're right. Certainly unique. Sideswipe is another one that I'd put as unique though, because of the skating around. Although he's not the OG skater in
Yeah,
Transformers,
man,
because that
Bone
does go
Crusher
to
did it
that does
first,
go to Bone
man.
Crusher, which I forgot to put in the news. It's rumored that we're getting a Studio Series Bone Crusher. Would you guys prefer Voyager or Leader?
I'd probably go Leader for that.
I'd prefer Voyager. It would be
Same,
too
because
weird.
I feel like Leader would be too big.
It's not that like a Leader wouldn't be bad, but with the fact that they're going with scale, and Optimus Prime is a Voyager, you can't
See,
make Bone Crusher or
but
Leader and make it work though.
with the fact that they've been playing around with how big or small they can get one figure in this particular size class, it'd be interesting if they did make him a leader, but he's actually scaled to Optimus. He just has all that mass.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most of it would go into his giant fork.
Probably that'd be a lot of
Mostly
moving
you're
parts
paying
if you do. It would
I
be
got-
interesting to see.
Another one for me for unique robot design would be Cogman's, because he's like
A headmaster that we never get to see transform, but he is certainly tiny, and but he does look very different stylistically too, especially if you're talking about the toy.
yeah.
Going into toy lines that aren't even like characters that aren't in the movie, I would name Sea Spray, right?
Yeah, Hunt for the Decepticons.
Yeah, Sea Spray, and
He's got flippers, man.
I like Skyhammer too,
Yes.
from Dark of the Moon, the helicopter.
Yeah, yeah.
Very solid toy, and I think I like how the rotor, it's called a rotor, right? The blades or whatever. I don't know. The helicopter blades, how they fold around his torso. With most helicopter bots, it's either they form a shield / like weapon, or they just go on the back, which is what Blackout will do. But that is his design. But this character, he literally has them fold like around his torso, and it's cool. So yeah. Is there any others you guys can think of? Counting toys?
Not off the top of my head.
So yeah.
That Braun figure I got a while back from
I don't remember what he looks like in robot mode.
There, I can grab it real fast. Pray that I don't end up making my desk just a bunch of dominoes, because yeah.
Would you count Frenzy as unique?
He turns into a. I mean, in the grand scheme of just talking about movie designs, yes, because he turns into a boombox as well, which is, that's not something that happens any other time in the movies. So, or especially the cell phone. You can't deny that when he's in head mode and it's a cell phone, that's unique. That sure is unique. But yeah, there's plenty of unique designs, and again, there is a difference between necessarily unique and your favorite. Also, I would say that any of the KSI, I named Galvatron, but any of the KSI drones, because of the way they transform, that is also unique, like it or not, whether you like the cube thing or not.
Unique. Mountain Dew vending machine.
Yes.
Dispensor.
Dispensor, yeah.
Certainly up there. In the first movie, there's plenty of things that happen. There's a Wii that transforms. There's a steering wheel, not the car, but the steering wheel transforms. So yeah, there's plenty of those type of things.
The Xbox 360?
Yes. Or was it an Xbox? Maybe it wasn't a Wii. Maybe it was an Xbox I'm thinking of. But yeah.
It was an Xbox.
Yeah, so plenty of strange things. But yeah, so those are certainly some of our picks for unique robot designs in the Michael Bay movie bot lines. Again, I wasn't quite sure whether you were talking about just movies or toy lines. That's why I mentioned both, but we did mostly movie like themselves. So, it's that time of the show, Tanner. What is the random quote of the week?
Ooh, today is a very good quote. Rather short, but it's from quite possibly the best Transformers series to listen to. And it just so happens to be from all the way from Japan, the English dub of Headmasters.
Oh, he's picking this because we listened to this in the car while we went toy hunting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but it's too good, though.
We listened to the dub.
Oh, I can't pass this up though. Listen, if you haven't listened to the English dub of Headmasters, do yourself a favor. Listen to it. It is very, very entertaining. The voice acting is spot on. So this is a quote from Galvatron, back the English dub, of course, and the quote goes something like, "Darn that sound wave! Yeah!" The end.
Yeah.
Just listen to it. It's way funnier if you just listen to it.
It's really accurate too, though. He's not far off. But yeah. So that's specifically, I believe that's the Malaysian dubs.
You might get it confused with. There's actually in the show there's Soundwave getting reformatted into Sound Blaster, but the show does not call it Sound Blaster. And you're getting a double quote this week because Soundwave has become new Soundwave.
Yes, they renewed Soundwave. That's nothing on what they Blaster becomes Twincast, but Twincast is the name for that we call him. But in that dub, they specifically called the Twincast version Blaster. So you know what his name was whenever he was what we would call Blaster? It was Billy. Blaster's name was just Billy. But I digress. If you want to get into the dubs, go check out the dubs for stuff like that. For Billy.
Just watch dub compilations. It's always a good time.
Do it for Billy. But anyways. Yeah. This week's mascot is Studio Series Bisque, just because I'm so freaking obsessed with Studio Series, and I'm so happy that it's as good as I hoped it would be, and gosh, I love the Studio Series, I'm so glad the movie designs are getting some love. But other stuff that you can listen to on the network this week, so also on Nerdy Geek Talk this week, Miguel, take us away.
All right, starting off, Mandalore Mandate, Episode 2, Mud Troopers for the win. This week, Luke and Eric break down lots of Solo news, Rey's original parent plans, stupid people talking, and Thermidor is in Star Wars. But even more important than that, what the heck is the purpose of a Mud Trooper? Seriously.
I'm not kidding. There is a new type, and the design is super cool for Mud Troopers, but there's several new type of troopers that are going to be in Solo, but one of them is literally called a Mud Trooper. What's your job? I'm a Mud Trooper. What do? Trooper stuff, but in the mud. But I digress. Go check that episode out if you want to hear our thoughts on what a Mud Trooper could possibly do. The design is really cool, though, as I said. But yeah,
there might be rebels in the mud.
You're right, but if they get onto dry land or they're in the water, then you got to call some other trooper.
Yeah, you got to call the dry land or the water trooper.
We're going to have a different type of trooper for every terrain, every condition you can think of.
The Emperor is a very paranoid man.
Pothole trooper.
All right, so next up.
Yes, the Emperor must be very paranoid if he makes the same mistake and design flaw in making the Death Star.
I mean, he didn't. He just wasn't done. But Starkiller Base, don't ask me why. But yeah, anyways. Continue.
All right. Anime Overdrive Episode 1, Eric gets to name everything. This week, we are proud to bring you the very first episode of Anime Overdrive, our brand new anime podcast. Listen in to hear Alyssa, Christabella, and Aaron talk about what exactly the show will be.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, we still don't really know.
They didn't give me a description or a name, so that...
I gave you a description.
You didn't give me you didn't email it to me. It needs to be emailed with
I texted it.
That doesn't count. It has to be emailed with it, and also I need a title. So that's why the title's Eric Gets to Name Everything.
Well, the title, yeah, but I sent you a description that you could have typed that out, dude. Come on, man.
Nah, you got to send it with the file. I say I'm
you
not going to do.
You should have told me that.
Work. I did. I told Aaron that actually, so that's Aaron's fault. But, anyways, more. There's
Aaron,
more.
I'm gonna hurt you.
So the next thing's faked as well, actually, because this was Aaron without me. So.
Awesome Asylum Episode 12, Incredible Teen Spider-Man. Want to listen to... Aaron, Mike, and guest host Zeus discuss the newest PS4 Spider-Man game images, Teen Titans costumes, the Incredibles trailer, and more. If the answer is yes, then you're in the right place. If the answer is no, then that means that nobody likes Miguel.
I wrote that so Miguel would read it.
Alright, so if you like me, you go listen to Awesome Asylum.
Yes, so go listen to Awesome Asylum to show that you like Miguel.
Eric is using my popularity to try to boost the ratings of the show. That's what I see.
Well, I mean, I wasn't on it, so I got to do something to boost the views, right? No.
Listen to it from Miguel. Even
for
though I
Miguel.
wasn't on the show. And finally, we have Holocron Herald, episode 23. Ayla Secura versus Lamore?
I say it Ayla Secura. I think it's Ayla Secura.
All right. This week, Eric and Luke break down Jedi Crash and Defenders of Peace, episodes 13 and 14 of Season 1. There's some similarities to the Rebels, Rex being awesome, non-violent lemurs, and more. Also, Eric isn't a big fan of the Jedi Code. This and more on the new episode.
Neither is Ahsoka Tano, but if you're a Star Wars fan, you probably know that. But yeah, I cut you off, so you probably didn't hear, but the title is Ayla Secura versus lemurs. Say, there's the versus lemurs, so yes. And that's not
I said
actually...
the versus lemurs part.
No, I know, but I was saying Ayla Secura again whenever you said that, so it probably covered it up. I don't know, though. But yes, that's actually not even, like, faked. Like, I'm not even kidding. They literally have... Not a physical fight, but they fight.
I remember that episode a little bit from watching it.
Yeah.
I know you.
So if you want to hear our thoughts on that, go check that out. And there will be new episodes. There wasn't a new episode of TF Primecast, which was kind of my fault, not really my fault. It's because I was delayed. I was on a bus trip back to Pittsburgh, but it got delayed several hours. So my plans for recording that, totally got destroyed. But there will be a new episode this week, and then there also wasn't a new episode of Miss the Line, but that wasn't my fault. That was Soundjack's fault. So.
Yep.
Were you
dead?
Was it just Soundjack and Zeus, or were you recording with them too, or no? I can't remember. Jared.
No, I wasn't there.
All right, so it wasn't your fault. So Soundjack, that's the real reason he isn't here, is because he's trying to hide the fact that he didn't get a new episode up. But there should be a new episode this week. They tried. Apparently, it just went horribly wrong, and so they're just going to retry this week. So it should be about the Cybertron games, War 4, Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, and Rise of the Dark Spark. But yes. So if you like this show or any of our shows, you could share it out, and also make sure you subscribe to Nerdy Geek Talk on any of your favorite podcasting places. We have iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, all that good stuff, and also YouTube. So Nerdy Geek Talk, and then also you can follow Nerdy Geek Talk at Nerdy Geek Talk on Twitter. And then for this show specifically, you can also follow at Steel City Bots on both Twitter and Instagram, where we do have fun stuff going on there sometimes. And personally, you can find me at Eric Crowbar on Twitter, or at Erimus Prime, ERIMUS Prime on Instagram, if Instagram is your thing, where I have lots of Deskbot posts, including a more interesting one for today. It's not the usual format, and it's not mine. It was made. But anyways, go check it out. I'm not going to say what it is, because you have to go look at it if you want to know what it is. But yeah, Miguel, where can people find you?
People can find me on Twitter at Logos Miner.
And by listening to Awesome Asylum episode 12 to prove that you like Miguel. Even though he wasn't on it. He's been on the show, but not that episode. So. Tanner, where can people find you?
Okay, well, you can find me at Optimus Prime on Twitter. And yes, and also, okay, I'm going to do the Soundjack. I'm going to do it right this time. Okay. You can find me at Soundjack426 on Twitter, and you can find me on YouTube at Soundjack Rambles.
No, it's still Soundjack426.
I said 426 at Twitter.
No, on YouTube. It's still Soundjack426 on YouTube.
Cut!
No, I'm not editing that out. That's staying.
You can find me You can find me on Twitter at Soundjack426, and you can find me on YouTube at Soundjack Rambles.
It's not Soundjack Rambles on YouTube. That is a segment he has on his channel, which is still Soundjack426. But
wow, so wait, I thought that was... Oh my. Okay, so cut again. You can find me at... you can find me at a Rocky Horror Picture Show Shadowcast in wherever I live.
Anyways, Jared, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at JaredProco. That's where I'm at basically all the time. I do like and retweet some stuff sometimes. And yeah, if you have any questions about
I'm no longer
figures I bought or what the latest hangout between Eric Tanner and I had to offer.
Oh yeah, next time, guys, live stream. You can expect one.
Yeah.
Don't make promises that you can't fulfill. There's
But
a
you
reason
can.
I'm not. No, there's a reason I didn't promise that. We'll see. There will be something from the next time we hang out. There was almost nothing this time, but I promise the next time.
We'll fill you in on our shenanigans.
And especially if there's a Steel City Bots road trip this summer, which I'm really,
Yeah, and
really
especially if
hoping to
we
work
go
out.
to like another restaurant. Oh man. Whoa.
Yeah.
Or if we don't get stranded at a Sonic like we almost did.
Almost,
yeah.
but not quite. But Christabella, where can people find
Watch
you?
in amazement as Eric tries to figure out how to use his car.
No. Anyways, Christabella, go.
You can find me on one of my 2 Twitter accounts. My main, which is 18 and plus, is 18 plus only rather, is at Shingeki.ass. But if you're under 18 and still want to get in contact with me, you can follow me at Soza Productions. I am on the first one a lot more, but I will see it if you tweet something at me on the other one. So you can also find me. I have an Instagram account that's I don't really use much. Might use it more. That's a Spook Troop spelled the funny way. If you watch another episode, you'll know how to spell that because I'm tired and I don't feel like spelling it out. Sorry. And then lastly, you can find me on YouTube at Sonozawa Productions. And yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
But yeah, that's about it for this episode. So thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Yep. Bye, Anara.
Bye-bye.